I've been reliably informed that the astrologers are saying that the end of the world is coming next Monday, February the 5th.
Oftentimes, we find ourselves in a room full of people who are just comfortable with what they have, and that's fine, that's okay. I'm not judging that. But when you are somebody that craves for more and you're surrounded by people that often don't see the bigger picture of what you're trying to achieve, it becomes very hard for you to cope, for you to fit in. And that creates a sense of, a feeling of doubt in yourself, thinking that maybe there's something wrong with you. Society has these rules that they have put for everyone to follow through. But sometimes there comes a very few people that challenges these rules. When you are that kind of a person that wants to achieve way beyond what anyone else has ever done, has ever achieved, it becomes very hard for you to get your message out there, let people understand what you're trying to do. From a very young age, I always wanted to achieve more. I knew it wasn't going to be easy because many people have tried and many people have failed. They didn't fail because they weren't good enough. In most cases, they were lured to believe they can't achieve because no one else has ever done it. And at first, I was okay with just being myself. I was okay with just focusing on what I knew and what I was trying to do. I enjoyed making music. I enjoyed making videos. I enjoyed all these other things that most people are not familiar with. I enjoyed watching things that would later on help me understand how the world really works. For the rest of my friends, it was just, they wake up, go outside, play football, or play, just, be kids out there. But I knew I was something else. I was different. I mean that in talent wise and interest wise, like everything I wanted to do was different from what everyone else wanted to do. So around 2016, I started building myself, and by 2017, 2018, I knew a lot more than what most people knew, but I was limited by the tech back then in my country. Like, a lot of things were not available, and I think I learned about Shopify somewhere around in 2014. I think 2014, 2015, I learned about drop shipping. I learned about web development. I learned about so many things that would, if I was in another place, would help me to, elevate. But I was limited because we didn't have a supported payment gateway. We didn't have a lot of things. Like, my country was not on the list of a lot of these companies. So what ended up happening now is, over the years, I created a Shopify store, and I tried to sell some stuff, like some merchandise. When XXX died, that was the first time I ever made some sales, because I was selling t-shirts with XXX on the front, printed on the front. That worked out fine because people sometimes are emotional and they're trying to find a way to cope. They just lost their favorite artist, so that worked out perfectly, and I made some sales. But the challenge I had was I was using Shopify payments, and my country is not on the list of countries supported by Shopify payments. So even when I made the sales, I couldn't receive the funds to my account. So I don't know whatever happened, but since I was using Obello, because that was like the first app to do drop shipping on, I think, if I remember correctly. So I was using Obello. I think the supplier received the part of the money and they shipped the item, but since I didn't claim the money, they probably ended up refunding the buyer, or perhaps they even received both the money and the product. I didn't get anything out of it. So I let that pass. I let it slide, and I focused on something else. I went into web development. Again, same thing. Tried this, tried that. Everything. I was good at all these things, and yet I couldn't find a way to get the funds to me. Most of the things I knew, and most of the things that I wanted to do, were out of my reach. There was nothing I could do about it. I couldn't travel outside the country because I didn't have, financially I wasn't stable enough. So I kept on focusing on other things, locally. Tried this business, tried that business, and everything. Like, it's fine. I'm doing way better than most people, but it gets frustrating when you want to achieve more and people are just out here telling you that you should be grateful for what you have. You should be grateful, and I understand. I understand. It's fine. You have to be grateful for what you have, but that statement hits different when you want to achieve way more than what you have. Like, you see it, you look at what you have, and you're like, I'm probably 99% far off from what I want to achieve. This is like 0.000.1 of what I want to achieve in life. And when you try to explain that to someone, they look at you and they're like, you should be grateful. And in most cases, you start doubting yourself, and you just start thinking that maybe there's something wrong with you. Maybe you need to reassess your path and think of something new. Like, I always ask myself, like, why am I not like other people? Why don't I feel comfortable living like everyone else? We are adults, so we grow up, find a job, start making some money, get a wife, have some kids, and the cycle repeats itself. Maybe build one or two houses, get a car, and you're good to go. But I look at that and I'm like, nah, I think I deserve more. I think I need to do just a little bit more than this. And that kind of like throws me in a situation where I don't have many people to talk to. I don't have many people to mingle with, because most people have found themselves in a position where they want to be. At least that's what I like to think about it. Or they probably don't even know what I'm trying to do. If I try to explain it, someone wouldn't understand. If I try to do it, I'll look like I'm crazy, because I'm trying to do something that has never been done in all the years that this place has ever existed. So how can someone like me, from a nobody's place, elevate to a place where no one has ever done it, and no one has ever been before? Like, no one has ever made this move, such a move, from point zero to, like, I call this zero because it's one of the places where you wouldn't dare to dream to get out of. I try to achieve more than most people. I remember there is a song by, I've forgotten the artist, but it goes something like, am I wrong for thinking that we could be something for real? Am I wrong for trying to reach the things that I can't see? I just wanted to let you know, guys, like, you're not alone. If you're in the situation that I'm in, you're not alone. There are people going through the same, like me, like myself. I barely have anyone to talk to other than the camera. This is like therapy for me. Do not let depression, sometimes it's not depression, it's just frustration disguised as depression, because you're trying to achieve a lot more than most people have ever dared to. You're trying to do a lot more than most people have dared to. So that is going to take a lot of work. Try to think positively and work towards achieving your goals in silence. Don't let people derail you from your main goal in life. Don't doubt yourself. I decided to go after my dreams. After years and years of thinking I was left out, I'm still going. So you are not crazy for thinking that you could be something else that other than what society has laid out for you. You're not crazy for aiming too high. You're not crazy for for wanting to be Superman, for wanting to be Wonder Woman. You are not crazy. You're just way above average. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. If you found anything meaningful in this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.